Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are talking right now with Indian Cowboy from DocSports.com. Very well respected and extremely popular YouTube professional handicapper. Right now we're going to cover a couple of Friday night college football Week 7 games. We're going to start with San Diego State and New Mexico. Indian Cowboy, thanks for being back with us.
Hey, thanks for having me, Pete.
All right, so how are things going at DocSports.com? You having a successful football season so far?
Yeah, well, we had a good last week. We were able to have a winning week, and our big 8-star unit, which is the largest that we do, it was on the Giants minus the 4 against the Falcons. Even though the Falcons are coming off a tough loss against the Vikings, we figured that the Giants were in a great spot, especially in power rankings that we do really well. We knew that the Giants had beaten the only 2 losses were to basically top 14 power ranking teams, and the Falcons' only 2 wins were against 2 teams outside the top 20, the Bucs and the Saints. So it was our big play. So we're excited about the IC 7-7 football selection this week. Obviously, really excited about hockey. Our goal is to go 55% on plus 5,000. And we're going to kick it off with a big 6-unit play tomorrow with the kickoff of the hockey season. Obviously, NBA is 23 days away. We're #1 in the country, 94.62 last year, plus 12,890. Adding college basketball, plus 17,310 combined for #1 in the country, just doing one play of the day. So we're excited, man. Things are good.
All right, sounds great, Indian Cowboy. San Diego State and New Mexico. New Mexico's a 5.5 or 6-point home underdog. The total's 46. This is an interesting one. New Mexico is they're 1-4 against the spread on the year, but they did cover their last game by a mile. They were a big underdog to UTSA, and they won that game by 12. San Diego State, they're 2-3 ATS on the year, but they have lost their last 3 in a row against the spread, and they're going to be starting a freshman quarterback, a true freshman quarterback. He played last game. At times he looked okay, but he also committed some what you might call freshman mistakes. You know, this is going to be a little bit of a tough assignment for him, I guess. New Mexico's not, a formidable opponent. It's still going to be a conference road game for a true freshman. New Mexico, San Diego State does still have talent. They should have a pretty good defense here. New Mexico plays that option though, so that could probably keep them in the game. The total is a little bit surprisingly low to me. It's 46. I know San Diego State is 0-5 over under on the year overall, but the total 46. I'm not exactly sure why it would be that low. What do you have to say about this game, Indian Cowboy?
Well, I noticed that too. That total is really low, isn't it? At 46, it's surprisingly low, and which makes our lean actually the under for that reason alone.
Okay.
Keep in mind that New Mexico normally goes active dog over, so we lean on the same thing with you, New Mexico plus the 6, but that's an awfully low total. But having said that, San Diego State has to rely on their defense in this game because their offense isn't going to win it. They gave up 17 points to UNLV. They gave up 24 points in the last game. Combine that with New Mexico figuring some things out. They were 17-point dogs, and yet they only gave up 9 points on the defensive end.
Yeah.
So, that says something. Plus, keep in mind that the last 5 for San Diego State has gone under the posted total, and the last 4 out of the last, if I'm not mistaken, 4 out of the last 6 for New Mexico has gone under the posted total as well. So maybe New Mexico has figured some things out. Obviously, it's a rivalry. New Mexico has huge revenge against San Diego State from their loss last year. So when you combine all this with San Diego State's new quarterback, as you mentioned, New Mexico finally figuring out the stuff on their defensive end, and you combine San Diego State, new quarterback. Obviously, they have their own figuring out their own defensive schemes, plus the 46, plus the low line. It probably makes for a very low-scoring contest in which New Mexico probably wins this game outright, but our lean here is going to be the under 46.
Wow. All right. Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about the total at all until I saw how low it was, and then I was scratching my head. But so you're going to take the under because the line seems lower than it should be. what if they made the total 15? Would you then go all in on the under? At a certain point, you want to go the other way, right?
Yeah. The other thing is if this was on a weekend type game, then it wouldn't matter. Then we probably wouldn't take the under. But keep in mind, this is on a Friday night game. It just has a trap written all over it. You know what I mean? Friday night contest, great public fade, late night ball game. So it's not actually a 10 p.m. ball game. It's one of the last games going off. It just seems awfully low. So just for that system alone, it just makes sense. And keep in mind that, a couple things you want to note here that, the under is 4-1 for San Diego State in the last 5 road games as well. And the under is also 9-2. For the Lobos after allowing less than 20 points in their previous game. So it's a team that kind of gets going on a roll, especially on the defensive end. Once they figure it out, really figure it out for good.
Awesome analysis. Indian Cowboy liking the under 46 in San Diego State, New Mexico on Friday night. Thanks so much, IC.
The SBR network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.